Cearvol. This is a company that reached out to me to test their over-the-counter hearing aid with the Wave Light. First off, let's go ahead and show the unboxing. Inside you'll get your startup guide. Now I do like so far of everything I've seen with this company when it comes to the menus here or the menu on your phone for your app, that it's very clear cut and easy to read, which is nice. Because most of the time we're dealing with the older generation, most of the time, not always, but it's nice to have clear, easy directions to follow. Your quick startup guide, if you need to download the app with the QR code, or you can find it by searching the Google Store or the App Store on your phone. You can find it that way and you can get to the app. We'll go over the app in a bit, but I just want to show you with the box. Inside, you have your packaging storing the earbuds themselves, very small case. Inside the box, you have some more detailed instructions. Then we have some cords. So let's go over these. This is your aux cord, very more of an older style. I've never seen this before in any other hearing aid. The ability to plug in an aux on the back. You can plug this into your TV if you still have the cable like this, and you can basically send a signal right to your earbuds. You don't have to do Bluetooth to your TV. Aer Lingus gives out these cheap little wire buds you plug into the back of your seat. You can watch movies. The sound was absolutely horrible, but there was no way to connect my Apple Buds to, there was no Bluetooth the connection. If I had these at the time, I could plug these into the entertainment system for the airline in my seat instead of my earbuds, connected to the back of here, and that could have had great quality sound on the plane with hearing aid capabilities and also having the great sound that this thing can produce. So that's a really huge bonus. I had no idea that this had this or it was even out there to be an option, but that's what that's for. So TV or flying on an aircraft, what I found so far. A charger, USB-C to USB-A, a cleaning tool, and then you have your case here that has all the different bud sizes that you may need to fit your big ear or a little ear, whatever you got. So if you had hearing aids before and you know when you either brush your hair or touch your ear or move your earbuds around, take them out, it's that loud, high-pitched sound. Well, this company has figured out a way to cut out, I would say 90% of that annoying sound. So that's really nice. But this is your charging case here, very small. I like the texture on top, like a cloth feel to it. As soon as you take it out, they work. So as soon as we put them in for the first time, you can start hearing well. Let me show you what they look like in my ears as I wear them. These are the kind of buds I think are more popular for the younger generation. Not younger being like teenage years, but I'm talking about Gen X, where they don't really want to wear the traditional looking hearing aids. Right now they don't, they're in that in-between stage. They would rather look like a bud, almost like a AirPod or a Bluetooth device you have in your ear. Looks absolutely normal, not a big deal. Doesn't look like you're getting older and have to wear hearing aids. That might be all said and good for you, but you might like the traditional look. It's gonna be up to you, but this is gonna give you that different look, more of like an athletic look. I'm not really using it for hearing aids. Let's go through the application. We're gonna choose Wave Light, because that's what we have. We're gonna say connect to the buds, accepting their policy. And this is the menu that pops up. Very simple, straightforward menu. It doesn't go too deep and right away into all the settings. It's kind of like the obvious thing you want to change right away. My volume is too high. I want to change the scene, or I want to get rid of the ambient awareness around me. So first up with the volume, you can either have it synchronized or you can desynchronize, meaning ears that are not the same level. Maybe my right ear, I can't hear as well as my left ear, so I need to raise my right higher than my left. Then you can do it that way, or you can synchronize it there. So if it goes to 6, I go to 6, I go to 4, go to 4. Scene mode, indoor, conversation, restaurant, and outdoor. Indoor, you pretty much hear everything, all the sounds around you. Conversations, you're going to focus more directly in front of you of the voice that hears in front of you. Restaurant is kind of my favorite. It kind of dampers down all that ambient sound around you. It focuses more on the, like, I wouldn't say the important sounds. Outdoor, again, more ambient noise around you picking up so you can hear all the birds chirping and stuff like that. One thing, you can't just go through here and listen to different ones. You need to go ahead and hit save, and then it changes it in the bud itself. Ambient aware, so disabling the hearing aid assistant function during media streaming. So basically, when I listen to my media, I don't want the earbuds to be working as a hearing aid. I just want to use it for music. You can do a hearing test. You can input your audiogram from your doctor, but you can do a hearing test. It takes about 10 minutes, and it goes through all the beeping like you do in the booth, where you hear a beep and you hit a button. And it'll kind of tell you where you are in your hearing loss. So when you go to scene mode, once you choose whatever scene you want, you can also go into and basically tailor some of this. You can reduce the ambient noise around you. You can voice enhance, turn on and off directivity, and your own voice. Again, you can reduce that down or turn that off. You have an equalizer, give it some more bass, more treble, mid-range. If you know what you're doing, you can kind of play with that. It all helps with also when you listen to music. But that is the app, which is great because it's not that complicated. It's nice and simple. Okay. All right, I wanted to show what it looks like in my ear and talk about a couple things that are more of a standout features from testing these out. What was I really surprised about? I haven't used hearing aids consistently for a while. I have tested other products before, and I do like the fact, a couple things. It doesn't give you that jarring, loud, banging sound. So we know you have some earbuds in and someone closes the door or slaps a table or something, and it's like a jarring effect. You don't really get that with these. It kind of stables things out a little bit to keep it all consistent. Maybe it's like crazy AI processor, but that's what I like so far. What I was really surprised about is the sound quality that these things can produce. Listening to this thing through my music, I've had the Apple Buds Pro 3, which is the newest ones. Are they that level? No, they're not that level. That's more deeper bass and all that kind of stuff. This sounded like maybe like the first version of the Apple Buds. So regardless, it's good. Your music sounds crisp and clear, a little bit of bass. I was surprised that it did sound that good. And I didn't even mess with the equalizer. So I could probably even tone it better to give it some more bass with the equalizer that's built on board. So that's an option for you. One thing we need to talk about are the physical functions of the buds themselves. So if you need to kind of tap, but if you push once, it'll raise the volume. If you push twice, it'll lower the volume. It'll kind of give you a little doo-doo-doo-doo sound when you push 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Indoor mode. So it'll cycle through, and that's nice to not having to break out the application. A couple more things I wanted to make sure you knew about. It's IPX5 resistant, so sweat, all that kind of stuff is gonna be fine. Battery life, a 15-minute charge will give you like 3 hours. Total battery life, now this kind of depends on are you using it just for hearing aids, or you're playing music the entire time, but they advertise 22 hours of playback. If you have any questions about these over-the-counter hearing aids, I know we've come a long way from having to buy $7,000 pair of hearing aids, which you are going to probably lose at some point, one of them, especially for older folks that lose stuff, like my mother. I see you out there. Hopefully a thing of the past a little bit as we get better and better with technology, but having the ability to find something like this, where it's giving you that hearing aid, you can have great music, it doesn't look like a hearing aid, so you don't feel subconscious about going out and wearing these, all that kind of stuff. So best way to do is to test them out. I'll leave links down below through their website, or you can go to Amazon and try to purchase it there, but test them out for yourself, see if it works for you. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.